Hey everyone, let's check out Battlesuit Aaron from the LEGO Nexo Knights Season 3, Year 2 series of sets. The two most important things to me for one of these sets, particular to a character, are the color scheme and the weapon. And I think they got the color scheme right on this one by staying with the regular green as the primary color all throughout, and just using the lime green as an accent color. And then the weapon still actually works. We'll look at the Nexo powers included, all 5 of them, a little bit later on. I'll show you those closely enough and clearly enough so that you can make a copy of them and scan them yourself if you like. The weapon here is able to actually shoot, and it just uses the larger, basically the next larger size of working shooter than the minifig sized bows have done. Rather than using the little stud shooter, it uses the full spring-loaded one, and the extra bolt is just an extra bolt on the side. So once you fire the main one off, you still have a spare. This is each of these are done in the trans neon reddish orange or orangish red, whatever you want to call it. The sides of the bow are attached in an interesting way. It's kind of compact and it looks pretty good, but you can turn it in a strange way. If you do that, it starts to look weird. Actually, I don't know, maybe you can look at that as being something interesting, a different way of doing it. The set actually comes with 2 spares of the little 1x1 pyramid piece. There are ones up here in the shoulders. The spares can be put down on the legs if you want to, just to add to that a little bit. These are the new corner tile pieces, and they're done in the lime green here. I think that makes for a pretty good shape. Aaron himself is really snug all in the control area of this thing, the mech basically, so that it kind of looks like the mech just has its own head, even though it's Aaron's head. The combo power shield has an extra extension down the base of it to make it a little bit taller. You can bend that back if you want to. You can also put one of the Nexo powers down here instead of this blank gray one, and then put the blank one up top for just a little bit of a different look. And then articulation is always important with mechs in general, but I think the basic system that they have for all of these works good consistently. Good, smooth waist articulation, full 360 degrees. You can spin around. And then, I mean, right now the thing is standing up on its own with the weapon forward. Now this weapon is actually attached to the hand with a ball joint piece, so you can really twist this around in all kinds of ways independent of the hand. You're not limited by the motion of the hand, which is fine. It's not perfect, it's not ideal, but there is a lot you can do with the hand. There's a lot more that you can do with the hand combined with the ball joint for the weapon. But see, this is out forward right now. Let me just put it all forward, because weight is a big issue usually with mechs and just large action figures in general. They want to fall down, they want to do that. But with these Nexo Knights ones, they have enough flexibility. You can just kind of bring it back as much as you need to get the stability out of it and get it to stand up on its own. There we go. I mean, it's not even perfectly set up. It's mostly on one foot right now, but there are places where you can make such a physically ridiculous stance work. I mean, all that weight is hanging off the front, but it works. So in addition to the ability to move things around, you can get it to be stable and get it to pose nicely, which I think is just super important. And they got it right with this series. Ball joints for the shoulders, ball joints for the hands, ball joints for the upper thighs and down at the ankles. It works well. You can move the shield around, so the shield can be brought in pretty close to the body even, and it can be brought in close from the front, or you can kind of twist it off to the side, bring the crossbow just over the top of that, turn the helmet. You want to turn the whole head, but just that look is what I'm kind of going for here. And I can even lean that forward a little bit, I think. Bring just this one leg out. Yeah, there we go. That's the look I was going for. I can even probably bring this up even closer. There's a lot that you can do with these. I like that. It's important to be able to play with them and to be able to set up good poses. It really opens up the play possibilities and the value, I think, for older folks, and collectors, and folks of all ages who just want their toys to look good on display, when they're not using them. This does have just a couple weird things about it that I personally don't like with the color scheme, and that's just this down here and this over here, the orange that they put in the feet. Those look weird to me. I think the orange on the back looks fine. That's the docking spot for any kind of add-on that you can bring in from one of the larger sets. But just the little ones, the little bits down below just look weird to me. But beyond that, I mean, that's such a small thing. I think they've done a good job here overall with all of this. Of course, that is a print, once again, as with the other ones in the series, a print for the front. And you can get into the cockpit by just pulling all this down, and he just sits in place. Let's take a closer look at that figure. I like the Nexo Knights figure prints in general, but this style here is something a little different. I feel like this is more usable outside of the context of Nexo Knights than all of their standard outfits. This looks classic in some ways, it looks ancient in some ways, it looks like ancient futuristic in some ways, like if Stargate was a real thing. It looks like some kind of decoration that you would have seen on alien structures in ancient times. So it's just different in a good way. I'm very intrigued. Makes me think of what other types of themes you could come up with. I mean, it makes sense, given that Nexo Knights is going for the futuristic yet medieval kind of look, but this is just less comic to me than the standard style that they use. Same proper, head for him with the scar and the freckles, and the alternate face is all cheesing. That's a good one to use just in general. A great large smile. But yeah, a pretty nice figure. Doesn't come with any accessories specifically for a figure, with these power suit sets. But for what it is, I think it's very nicely done. The Nexo powers included in this set are Orbital Strike, Spirit Fox, Drop the Beat. This is Incinerate, and then Magnetize. Yep, I think this is a pretty good specific use of a well-designed formula for these battle suits. The parts work well, the playability is good, the posability is really good, and of course it's nice to get some extra Nexo Power shields. You can look these things up online, full lists of them, but it's nice to get the physical ones, just to change out and actually put into the hands of your figures or their mechs. Let me know in a comment what you think about the set. What is your favorite aspect of it, and what do you like about it the least? If you want to see more videos from me, be sure to check back on my channel on a regular basis. Don't rely on YouTube to let you know when new videos come up, because oftentimes they just don't let you know. More content is on the way very soon, so I'll talk to you then.